1 second, Adawan. 1 second.
Come. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Hey, this TNT again, man. We're gonna let a few people get off in here, get this thing rolling. Praise, glory, and honor to YAHAWAH'S, YAHAWAH'S. We're gonna let a few people get in here, man. We're gonna let Yahweh get back in here, get this internet situated. It's been a crazy week, man.
Yeah, man. With them,
there's a lot of stuff going on.
I was shocked that only one hurricane came up the Gulf because it was saying that it was 2 of them.
Well, the second one came up, but it was light. It was more like a tropical storm. That one came first.
Okay.
And then the next one, that who was that? Laura, they be naming them for some reason. I don't understand.
I don't know what
they be naming. I got the baby in that, man. The young prince, man. All praises, man. Shalom, Jason. Shalom, Jeddah. Shalom, daughters of Zion. Shalom, Yah's son. Yah's son. Yahweh's son. That's right. Shalom, Kenneth. Shalom, Boaz, man. Shalom to that brother. Shalom, Sister TT, man. All praises. Man. The hurricane tore. That hurricane tore Louisiana and Texas up on that side.
Wow.
I mean, we're gonna see the videos. It was no joke out there, and I've experienced a lot of hurricanes myself, Aki, man. Them things ain't no joke, man. The most I don't be playing with it.
Calm.
I mean, it's a lot of stuff unfolding. We got the fires out there with Aki at Yahweh, and we got the hurricanes out this way. There's some hurricanes still back there coming from the coast of Africa right now, headed this way.
Wow. See, that's them plagues, man. That's how you know this is the daughter of Babylon.
They're coming right for it.
It seems like everything coming for the so-called American.
I'm telling you, man. They saying Georgia COVID cases is over 200,000.
Wow.
This week surpassed 200,000. We had probably 250,000 by the end of this month, and it's only 3 more days in this month almost. Maybe more, a few more than that.
That's how many y'all had. That's how many cases y'all had.
Yeah, total 200,000.
Y'all leading the nation now, ain't y'all, for our states?
We might be.
I know it was like 3 top states. I know Georgia was in it.
I think it was Georgia, Florida, Cali, and New York was up there because
wow.
Crazy.
Man.
Yeah, they wouldn't even they won't even let us travel. If we coming from Cali, we got to quarantine for 14 days wherever we go.
I wonder how they're establishing that though. Like when you get off the plane, what they gonna have a hotel ready for you to go quarantine or what? How they gonna establish that?
I don't even know. I don't even know. But I know one thing. I was like, man, I ain't fooling around with Esau. I don't want to get out there and then, they do something crazy. I don't know. I don't know what they was gonna do because that was the same thing. I asked myself too. How do they even monitor that?
Mm-hmm.
How do they even keep track of that?
That's right, man. I don't understand. My brother was telling me that too. He was like, he want to travel, but they saying if you coming from Florida, you gotta quarantine for 14 days. So he was asking me, was it true? I'm like, I ain't heard nothing about it. I've heard people at my job been traveling and doing all this. I haven't heard nobody quarantining really for 14 days. I hit you with something. Even the people at my job that get sick, I work in the ER, they be sick for like 6 days, and then they come back to work like the 8th day.
Wow.
Like no quarantine, no nothing. So I mean, I don't really know how legit that is.
Yeah.
Shalom, Zakaya. Shalom, Richard. Shalom. G. Israel. Shalom. Sister TT. Shalom. I live in Dallas, but I've been in Tennessee visiting family. Shalom. Hey, shalom, family. Everybody get this thing rolling. You know, it's been a lot of new, as y'all can hear us talking about it. It's been a lot of news this week, and we ain't gonna touch everything, but we're gonna get into a lot of it. So let's get this thing rolling, man. We want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahawah by Hashem YAHAWAH'S. You know, during this lesson, you're gonna need your Bible, of course, your Apocrypha, of course. You probably gonna need a strong concordance, your Apocryphal concordance, of course, a pen and a paper, man. It's a lot of precepts that's gonna come out tonight concerning different prophecies, chariots, and you know the wickedness that Esau has going, that Esau wants to bring forth in this world, man. So let's get right into it. You know, and of course, we are the sons of thunder. I'm Soldier Yaiquad.
Soldier Raya.
Soldier Howard.
And we are TNT, man. Thursday Night Thunder. Down, man. Of course, man. Explosions, man. That's what we want, man. Explosion to America, man. To
right.
Babylon the Great.
That's right.
You know, we want to see the smoke go up forever in this place, man. So let's get the first video, right? Tell me if y'all can see this. I ain't did this before, but tell me if y'all can see my screen right here. Can y'all see that?
La.
La.
I can't see that. What about now?
La.
La.
Hey, hold on, bear with me. Okay, maybe it might work like this. What about now?
Con.
Can y'all see it?
Con.
Okay, con. Hold on, bear with me. Okay, I'm about to play this. Play a few minutes of this.
Coronavirus. We've got an economic crisis. We've got a wreck. The country is already being tested in many ways by the coronavirus. We've got an economic crisis. We've got a reckoning on systemic racism. And now we are being tested once again, the last thing we need, on what could be one of the strongest storms ever to hit this country. Her name is Hurricane Laura. She made landfall as a Category 4.
See, now you got to pay attention to this, right? It said, now Eve just said, we're going through an economic crisis, right? What else? Plagues is hitting the earth. Now this hurricane is destroying the Gulf of Mexico, concerning Louisiana and Texas. Money is getting short in America. If you don't have that change no more, you can't use it. And mute your phone. If you don't have exact change, you can't use it. We're going through a crisis in America, and it's only going to get worse. I'm going to play the rest of this.
Near Cameron, Louisiana, at 1 o'clock this morning, local time, maximum sustained winds were recorded at 150 miles an hour.
Hundreds of thousands have already lost power on a day, including storm surges that forecasters predicted would be unsurvivable for people who did not evacuate. Tony is in Lake Charles, Louisiana this morning, which is about 30 miles from where the storm came ashore. Tony, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Gail. Good morning, Anthony. You're going to have to bear with us because we're having a little bit of trouble hearing you. And we've also had an extremely long night here in Lake Charles, where we just found out that the eye of this storm, the strongest storm to hit this area on record, we believe, passed directly over the location where I am standing right now in Lake Charles, 30 miles inland. Let me tell you what.
Now, people don't understand the eye of a storm. The eye of the storm is supposed to be the most calmest part of the storm. You know, first you get the front end of it, which wreaks havoc, right? And then you get the eye that's going to come over and it's going to be real calm. Usually, when we was in Florida, growing up, I experienced a lot of hurricanes. The eye of the storm will come through and we'll go outside and see the damage because it's just drizzling, you know, and it's not as reckless and the winds are as strong. So it's a little bit calmer. So we go outside and we go see the damage. But the back end of the hurricane, y'all gonna see the damage. The back end of hurricanes wreak havoc, man. They destroy everything in its sight, especially a hurricane like this with 150 mile per hour winds. And I think it had 130 mile per hour gust. It said you needed to. It said that you needed to. What Eve said you should have evacuated, or the reporter said you should have evacuated. You shouldn't even stay here. One of they was calling Hurricane Laura one of the worst hurricanes to ever hit America. I'm gonna keep going.
Why that is particularly scary. We are about 30 minutes before sunrise here, which means somewhere out in the darkness over my shoulder, there is still an as yet untallied level of damage in the surrounding area. And if the worst of the forecasts are accurate, an uncounted number of dead as well. If it's any indication of what we may see when the sun comes up, this hotel where we are, it's a modern hotel, it's a new hotel, it is largely hurricane proof. And nevertheless, we have lost pieces of the roof. If you look behind me, you can see the pool deck here is scrambled. The tops of trees are sheared off. In my hotel room itself, in the middle of the night, I was awoken by a shattered pane of glass. I had to evacuate, along with many other workers here, oil and refinery workers who are sheltering here before checking.
6 stories up, and this.
So even that devil couldn't get away, right? It said even in his in his hotel, they had to evacuate the whole hotel because the hurricane was not playing. If you look right here, right, this is the whole hurricane where you see if you can y'all see my cursor moving? This is the whole hurricane. This part right here, where the tip of the cursor at, that's the eye. That's the most commonest part of the hurricane. This back end is about to destroy because remember it's spinning. So this back end is gonna come back around it and just destroy, and we're gonna see that.
This is just the beginning of what many fear could be a deadly storm. After days of anticipation, Hurricane Laura ripped into Louisiana's coast and beyond overnight. Oh my God! Packing 150-mile-per-hour winds as it made landfall. This building was torn to shreds.
It's windy and it's wet and things are blowing fast.
10 to 15 inches of rainfall are expected in some areas. And the National Weather Service said the storm surge could be unsurvivable in certain places as it threatens to push up to 40 miles inland. Before Laura made landfall, NOAA hurricane hunters flew through the storm, visible via satellite as it churned toward the Gulf Coast, where more than 500,000 people were under evacuation orders.
If you are here, you're going to have to hunker down.
We spoke with Lake Charles Mayor Nick Hunter hours before the hurricane slammed his city.
I think it's no joke.
He told us it'll be a challenge to respond to the storm victims who stayed behind.
There's going to be a window where the desire is there to go and give people services, and we can't do it. It's just not safe.
We'll end that one right there. Hey, give me Isaiah 28:2. That over 500,000 people needed to evacuate the scene. Shalom to the family. Over 500,000 people needed to evacuate the scene. Read that out. Whoever got it.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 28 and verse 2. It said, "Behold, the Lord have a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and destroying storm, as a flood of mighty waters overflowing, shall cast down to the earth with the hand."
Read it again.
Say, "Behold, the Lord hath a mighty and strong one, which as a tempest of hail and a destroying storm."
A tempest is basically like a hurricane. That's a very strong storm. A hurricane, a tornado, tsunamis. Those are strong storms that come about. That's a tempest, man. It said the Lord has a strong tempest coming about to the earth, man. Floods, strong. Read it. Keep going out.
So as a flood of mighty waters overflowing.
As a flood of mighty waters. If you look at some of the images of Louisiana right now, it's flooded. Lake Charles I think it's Lake Charles that's in Louisiana. It's flooded over. It's more on that.
Says shall cast down to the earth with the hand.
And that's the Most High casting that down. It's nobody else but the Most High casting that down to the earth, bringing havoc and destruction to the earth as we enter into the beginning of these sorrows. Because that's all it is. That's all it is the beginning of sorrows. The storehouses aren't fully empty yet. Nations aren't necessarily rising against nations yet. I mean, we hear rumors of war, but the fighting hasn't happened yet. A great famine hasn't come to this earth yet. The Most High has just given us a taste. What are we going to do when it's a famine and then a hurricane hit? What are we going to do? What are we going to do when it's a famine and then it's a massive fire and earthquakes? Because Yahawashi said all this had to come to pass. I'm going to get the next video.
Precept, Adawan.
Go ahead,
This the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 1.
It
said, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. Right, because like you was bringing out like Yahawashi saying Luke 21, right? To the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled, right? They're gonna put their hands on us and we're gonna be getting cast in prison. Like you speaking about the famine that's gonna be coming, and like what you're gonna do, and this all has been prophesied through the scriptures, prophesied with the prophets, through the law with Moses, and it was prophesied through Yahawashi. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna speak the words of prophecy through the show tonight, Lord willing.
That's right. I'm about to share the next video, man. Watch this. Now watch the daytime destruction. Is that the one I want? I think so. Can y'all see that?
It's coming now. Come. That joke got punished. Man.
That's straight chaos. I mean, ripped your whole house to shreds.
I mean, what do you do out there when you ain't got nothing to go back to?
You become a true pilgrim, right? That's all you can do. You can't go back to that. You got to start all the way over.
Man.
Can't take these hurricanes lightly. Your whole house is torn to shreds in the dirt, in the middle of the street. Light post. It's no electricity out here now.
Yeah,
right. They probably have electricity for a month.
Man.
Gas stations destroyed.
See, this the thing that the wicked kingdom, the Esau and them can't measure this type of power from the Most High. I don't care what type of weather storm system you have up, how you try to break it down or dictate things. When the Most High move, he move, and ain't nothing stopping him.
Nothing stopping him.
Like Adawan, y'all were always bringing out in one of the camps. He was saying that how the Most High measured the waters and gather into one place, right? But it won't go past sea level. But when you're dealing with what you call a tap, what is called
the tempest,
like a tidal wave, right? Tidal wave coming, that's going past the what is called it, sea level. That's going past sea level for the water to go that high, right? So what's stopping it from coming in, flooding the land, or just stopping at the sea border, except the power of the Most High?
That's right.
Like, can nobody measure the power of the Most High, man?
You can't do none with this. Your crops are destroyed. You don't got no electricity. Your car might have flipped over.
Man, Whatever little food you had stored gone.
Gas stations destroyed, schools destroyed. Now you got COVID. Because everybody that lost their house, now what? They got to go gather together. They probably got to open up a big gym or one of their major churches, and everybody got to get up in there. Horses is out, man. The farm animals, ain't nobody tending to them. They ain't worrying about them. What for? Can't do nothing with them. Let's sit on that one.
Con got a precept too out of one.
Go ahead.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 61. It said, also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will Yahawah bring upon thee until thou be destroyed. Right. So we know Deuteronomy 28:15 on down can speak about the curses upon the Israelites, but we here in our captivity. So you know what I mean? When the Most High come in, he destroy like Abraham had pleaded when he sent the tempest against Sodom and Gomorrah. And Abraham was like, you're not going to destroy the righteous with the wicked. That's why the remnant got to be saved. And that remnant was Lot, his wife, and his 2 daughters. But those that want to keep following the ways of this wicked kingdom, don't want to repent, come back to the Most High. This only a taste of what the Most High can do. It's only like a small portion, a remnant of his power.
Small thing. It's a small thing. You say you got a precept out?
God, I just want to bring out this kind of touch on what Rod just brought out. And it says this is Romans chapter 13 and verse 11. It says, and that knowing the time that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe.
That's right.
So it's time for Israel to wake up and to come out of the folly, come out of the foolishness, right? To really set ourselves apart, right? Because we're seeing, all of these plagues, all of these travesties. Like you said earlier, in Cali, we was dealing with fires. I know I woke up one morning and I jumped up because I thought my house was on fire. It was smoking, right? The smell straight like smoke. And I'm running throughout the house. Ain't none of the fire alarms going off. I'm like, man, what is that? And, of course, I know that the fire's been going. It was like 300-something fires all going, throughout the state of California. And the air quality was so bad. I mean, you walk outside, I got ashes on my car.
Carbon monoxide.
Right? It's just all bad. And like the scripture said, it's time for us to wake up. Right. It's time for us to come out of it. Come out of all the these pagan, holidays and everything else. Stop doing what they doing, right? Stop put away, the pork. Just come back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. It says, in verse 12, it says, the night is far spent, the day is at hand. Let us therefore cast off the works of darkness and let us put on the armor of light.
That's right. That's right. You ain't never lied, man. It's high time to wake up out of sleep. It's been time for Israel to wake up.
That's right.
But we still caught up in these vain philosophies and deceit. Israel honestly likes a lie. We like smooth words. We don't want to hear the truth. We don't want to hear that the Bible was written to us, for us, and by us. We rather hear that everybody can come in, because that's the first question they always ask.
What about white people?
What about the white man?
Come.
Now what about the white man? You got what his name is? Kyle Rittenhouse. Now what about him? 17 years old. He ain't playing with you.
Right, at all.
And he's shooting his own people. That's how you know what the white supremacy is, either them or nobody. They don't care who you with.
That's right.
But the funny part about it, it's supposed to be our marches. One of our brothers got shot, but why is so many Edomites? Y'all, we're gonna show the video. Why are so many Edomites surrounded in these marches? It don't make no sense to me. Give me Isaiah 28 out. No, so like it 29 and 6. Isaiah 29:6.
It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
Thou shalt be visited of Yahawah of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise.
Come on.
What was that? Great noise with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
Ain't that what's going on right now?
That's right.
Earthquakes, tempest, strong storms, fires. It's already written.
That's right.
How is this book not the truth? Read it again, not all the way through smooth. It's already written.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 29 and verse 6. Thou shalt be visited of Yahawah of hosts with thunder and with earthquake and great noise, with storm and tempest and the flame of devouring fire.
All that prophecy is fulfilling right now in front of our face.
God.
We already had almost 5 hurricanes in 1 month.
Crazy.
The brother just said 300 fires. I can't even 300 fires. How do you even fathom that?
Right.
That's 2 destructions you can't get away. That either the fire gonna burn your house down or the hurricane gonna destroy it. Then you got debris all from the hurricanes. The brother just said he got ash all on his car. You know, the debris from the smoke is all in the air. You know, the so-called Black, Latino, and Native American, we're already the most sickly people, got asthma, shortness of breath, COPD.
Right.
They have these conditions. The Most High is just striking us more and more because he said, well, he got to visit his people first, man. 2/3 of my people got to go.
God.
If they're not with Yahawah's Yahawaah's. That's the only way we get up out of here. But see, a lot of our people, they complacent. They want the equality. Right. They love America. I don't understand what is there to love about this place?
I don't see nothing about it.
There's nothing here.
I mean the brothers. I love my brothers.
That's it. The brotherhood, but you know, your family, your kids enjoying that. Right. But other than that, I mean, what you want to still go to the club?
Nah,
They got the mask on in the club.
They fitting pass out in that daggone club, man.
Hey man, Atlanta, they opened a new club during coronavirus with a pool in the club, a whole swimming pool from 3 feet to 6 feet in the pool, man.
Wow.
You know, even Jake is in the pool at the club. It don't make no sense, man. We got our brothers getting shot down in the street at an alarming rate. I mean, they've been getting shot down, but it's increasing. It seems like, or the videos at least.
Right.
They shot the brother Jacob, I think, 5 times in the back.
Seven times.
7 times in the back. And everybody said, well, he gonna get this lawsuit, he gonna get this, he gonna get that. But the word is the brother's paralyzed.
See what I'm saying?
And Salakia.
Go ahead, Doc.
One thing that I want to say, even about that, I was talking with a sister up out here. They said the same thing. Oh, you know, he about to get paid and yada, yada, yada. I'm like, no, really? They ain't finna give him nothing. Because when you look at it, the first thing they go say is that the cop was justified in shooting him. That's number one. They go say that because he went inside his car, the cop could lie and say anything. Oh, I thought he was reaching for something. It looked like he was reaching for a gun. And as long as the cops say that, he gonna be in the clear.
That's right.
There's no way that they can prove that he didn't think that he wasn't reaching for a gun.
Mm-hmm.
So that man, they just popped that man 7 times, and the cops still gonna get off.
Yeah,
and then what we gonna do? We still gonna be mad some more and go do some more marches. What the hell is marching done for us as a people? We've been marching for over 100 years.
That's right, Doc.
And marching hasn't done anything. When we gonna wake up and say, first of all, realize, yeah, we the people of this book.
Mm-hmm.
It was written by us, as Adawan just said, by us, for us, and turn back to these laws, statutes, and commandments. Hell with all this marching. They don't care. Look, the dumb niggas at it again. They out there marching.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't gonna change nothing until we come back to these commandments, these laws. I yield.
And let's look at this march. Let's see what this march consists of. Israel, I'm gonna let y'all know this video is a little graphic. It is a little graphic. It shows all the details of what happened in the 17-year-old Edomite carrying an assault rifle in a march. We're gonna get into it. In Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Man, god dang.
He with me is trying to load up. Bear with me, Israel. Having some technical difficulties, going a little slow today. I don't know why.
Said marching only messes up your shoes.
Facts. All right, here we go, Israel. Here we go. Hold on, let me try to make it wide for Israel. Hey, is it wide? Okay, come. And if y'all brothers want me to stop it, just let me know.
Come.
Now you hear what the devil's saying now. You hear what the devil's saying? Shoot me, Negro. Shoot me.
Yeah.
But he supposed to be down with us at one of our marches. First of all, I don't see Jake in sight. It might be 2 or 3 in the back. Come on, man. Just reckless. Like, what kind of march is this? That's right.
You got a gun, baby. Ooh, they shoot you. Ooh, we shot him. Shot him, man. Shot him.
This the Edomite, Kyle Rittenhouse. This the Edomite.
He laid him out.
Look how bold he is.
He laid him out.
He said you should have mind your business. So I said, go ahead.
He was on the phone. If you seen him on the video, he had his phone up to his ear. He was on the phone telling somebody, whoever that was he was talking to, he said, I just shot somebody.
Mm-hmm. Huh.
Hey, Salaki, this why they was driven into the caves in the first place, man. They ravishing savage beasts, little bases of men, right? This how Esau march and protest. All the breaking up property and damaging people and shooting and taking a peaceful protest to a wild riot, right? Like they throw rad parties when they get the gates and they doing their head all crazy with that demonic rock music. That's why they was driven into them caves.
Hey, you ain't never lied. And this is the product of it. You know, our people still want to join hands with these people. After watching this video, I don't understand how you want to join hands with them. Not the good ones, the so-called good ones, the bad ones, none of them. Because they don't care about your life. Because you ask, well, let's trade places. Let's go. Would you go back and have your foremothers raped, robbed, murdered since you want to be a part of this? No, they're going to tell you no.
Right.
So what's the purpose of you joining this? Your forefathers play a part in this.
Precept out of one. Precept.
Go ahead.
Bringing out a classic, the book of Sirach, chapter 12 and verse 10. Never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. Esau is never going to change from being the most wickedest man on the planet.
That's
right? Scriptures already tell you, don't stop trusting these people. Why is you trusting them? And anytime he feel like it, he gonna do a move like this.
That's right.
And they gonna let him off. They're gonna give him a mental diagnosis. He might have to spend a couple weeks or a couple months in a psych ward. He back on the streets, right? Ticking time bomb. Anytime can go off.
Mm-hmm.
I yield out on.
That's right, man. I'm gonna keep going.
Where's the hole?
Where you? He's right here in his head.
Man got shot in the head. This Edomite is probably a dead Edomite.
Yeah, he's a vegetable.
He might be dead. I would say he is, to be honest. Ain't nobody doing no CPR. Ain't. You know, it might be over for him.
No, he caught a AR-15 to the head. That's a wrap.
Yeah, he's finished, man. It's over with.
Hey, come on! Put pressure.
They're recording a man in his face.
Keep your eyes open. You shot him. You're okay.
Dude, pressure on this shit. Yeah, we gotta keep him alive. Hey, bro, just talk to me, bro. What's up?
Let's go. Real.
The Edomite right here, running through the street with a assault rifle. You got this Edomite. What he doing? He just slapped his hat off.
I will know. I'm land dead.
Yeah, he dead too.
Oh shit! People are getting shot all around us. People are just getting shot everywhere, guys.
Screaming they need a medic.
Take this. Take this.
Ooh.
You know, man, this is going into it, man. This is how the when I think of famine and plague, I think of chaos like this. It's nothing but confusion. Look at his arm. Look at his arm.
Oh yeah.
That was not me. Hey, come on.
See them AR bullets and them K bullets. They rotate when they come out the chamber. That's why they rip through flesh like that.
Big boys, man. But that's the 716.
Say it again, I
think that's a 716. The type of rounds that those shoot, the 716.
I'm not 100% sure, man, but that Edomite arm was. He might can't use that no more.
Yeah.
He might can't use that arm no more.
No, that's a wrap.
It's amputate that one. Mm-hmm. You know, there's major veins and arteries in that area, you know. But that's the chaos that Esau brings, you know. That's why it's the beginning of things. Like that type of stuff is going to lead up to what's going to come, you know, because this stuff is going to keep happening, you know, in little spurts. I believe it's going to keep happening in little spurts, and then one day it's just going to hit the fans, you know. Give me 2nd Esdras 16 and 15. 2nd Esdras chapter 16 verse 15.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras chapter 16 verse 15.
Mm-hmm.
The fire is kindled.
What the Lord say?
The fire is kindled.
The fire is kindled, man. The fire is ready to burn right now. Keep going.
The fire is kindled and shall not should not be put out till it consume the foundation of the earth.
What does that mean? What is Ezra talking about? That the stuff that's going on the earth today will not stop until it consumes the foundation of the earth. The hurricanes, the fires, Esau running wild, famines, plagues will not stop until the earth is consumed. I don't want Micaiah said AK shots, 7.62. So that must be the bullet. It won't be finished until the earth is consumed. Keep reading out.
Verse 16. Like as an arrow which is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward.
Now imagine that, right? A man that shoots the arrow, he lets it go. It does not return back unto him. Read.
Even so, the plagues that shall be sent upon the earth shall not return again.
So these same plagues that the Most High sent or shot upon the earth will not come back until the foundation of the earth be consumed. That's right. That's why you go into the curses, and it tells us that he's going to have the plagues that are not written in this book will come upon us. This is why. When the Most High releases these plagues, they do not go. HIV has not gone away. These syphilis, all that has not gone away.
Right.
It's still lingering around. The flu. How is it every year they got a type A vaccine and a type B vaccine every single year? How does the flu reproduce every single year? And they still have not eradicated it. The Most High, one, don't want it to go away, and two, it's a money scam for Esau. Because guess what? You got to come to the doctor from October to what? April. The hospital is full flu season. You got to come to the doctor. You got to get your Z-Packs and all that good, your Tylenols and your ibuprofens. You got to get all that. The CDC, they know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. But the Most High said his plagues will not come back until this earth is consumed. I keep going.
Verse 17 said, woe is me.
Come on.
Woe is me.
And look what Ezra said. Woe is me. That's how all of us should be feeling. Woe is me, because what we going to do in these last days? You know, you read Isaiah, I think it's 52:1. It say it's sometimes it's better that one dies, because the Most High has taken them away from the evil that shall come.
Hey, all praises. I can feel that one.
You know, sometimes that's the realest thing that can happen. And you know, if you was living in the Lord, you're gonna be part of that first resurrection anyways. A lot of people might not understand that. We might get that later. Keep going out.
Who will deliver me in those days?
That's right. Who gonna deliver us in the days of famine? Then you got the famine, then you got a tornado and a hurricane. Then you got the hurricane, then you got the tsunami and the fires. Who gonna deliver Israel in these days? Even Ezra, the mighty prophet, is saying, woe is me. Keep going.
Right. Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
And that's just the beginning. This is just the beginning of, we just touching the surface of it. Keep going.
The beginning of famine and great death. And
we've seen the great death already. Israel is already dying at a numerous amount. First of all, we killing each other. Deuteronomy 28:54. We killing each other. We got an evil eye toward our brother. Then what? We got Esau with the perpetual hatred for Jacob. Whose blessing is the sword, who loves, to murder us in the streets.
That's right.
There's no ending to this until the Most High devours this place.
Right.
This place ain't gonna get better. Hold on, let me get a precept real quick before we finish that. Go to 1 Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians, give me 5 and 3 out.
Come on.
First
Thessalonians. Oh, you got it?
Go ahead, out.
1 Thessalonians chapter 5 and verse 3. For when they shall say peace and safety.
And that's what our people want. They don't understand that it's the beginning of plagues. It's the beginning of sorrows. They're looking for peace, safety, equality, justice, no peace. That's what they want. Not understanding that the Most High is not finished with this place. He's not finished with the plagues and the killing and the sorrows and the tempests and the storms and the fires. He's not finished with that until this earth is consumed, until Babylon the Great has fallen. Read out.
Said, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them.
Now come on.
As travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
And you can't escape. You can't escape this thing. Just like a baby just like as a woman at her 9th month, that baby is coming out. Just as this destruction has to come forth unto Babylon the Great, into this wicked earth.
That's right.
Yahweh said there is no escaping this.
That's right.
Go back to Esdras up. Read 18 again from the top.
Book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 18. Said the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. The beginning of famine and great death.
Come on.
The beginning of wars.
The beginning of wars. The beginning of wars. What Yahweh said, nation shall rise against nation. And these great wars gotta come. The World War III, if that's what it's gonna be called, or the wars against all the nations gotta come. Because Esdras prophesied it, Yahweh shall prophesied it. Let's get Amos. Let's see what Amos said. No, Salaki, Joel, not Amos. Joel 3 and 9. Joel 3 and 9. Joel is before Amos.
Paper stuff. Here we go. This is the book of Joel, chapter 3 and verse 9.
Come on.
Said, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles.
Go ahead.
Prepare war.
What Yahweh say?
Prepare war.
So Yahweh said, proclaim this among the Gentiles. Cry it, scream aloud this to the Gentiles. Prepare war. You heathens, get ready.
That's right.
Read out.
Wake up the mighty men.
And get your mighty men ready. Gird up your loins, you Gentiles, you heathen nations. Get right. Come on.
Let all the men of war draw near.
Come on.
Let them come up.
And let them come up. Let them come up to fight. Since they say they got the greatest armies and they got all these nukes.
That's right.
Read out.
Said, beat your plowshares into swords. And your pruning hooks into spears.
Make you weapons, right? Keep going.
Let the weak say, I am strong.
And let the weak say I'm strong. Like these weak third world countries, like Northern Korea. These small countries, let them say they strong. Because they have no fear of America. This is nation rises against nation. Read on out.
Verse 11. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen. And gather yourselves together round about.
Gather together, man. Come ready to war. Come ready for the war, the Most High, and his saints and his chariots. Read.
Till the cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Yahweh.
And that's the angels, man. That's the angels. That's the saints. The mighty ones to come down. That's us. To do what? Right. Come on out.
Verse 12. Let the heathen be awakened. Let me start that from the beginning. Joel 3 and 12. Let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Jehoshaphat.
And what's that? The valley of decisions. Let the heathen come up to the valley of decisions. What now? That's the question. Why is there a valley of decisions for the heathen? What decision do they have?
Bow down or get put to death.
That's it. That's the only decision they have. That's the only decision you're going to make at the valley of Jehoshaphat. But we know Esau going to be proud. I'm going to show you a video of Trump, man, proud, talking about the strongest army. He put all his money into his army, man, into his navy. Real proud devil. Because he really think he going to go to war with the Most High. They believe this. They believe that their kingdom shall be established forever. Keep going out.
Said, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about.
And he going to judge all the heathen round about. But we know the Most High not going to come off the throne and do it. So who going to be the judges of the earth? Do you not know that the saints shall judge the earth?
That's right.
So what Yahweh shall give in the orders by Yahweh, the saints gonna be judging this earth. You know, once we get them mortal bodies, man. You know, the heathen not gonna be able to fathom that. You said you had a precept, right?
Con, book of Second Esdras, chapter 8, verse 50.
Come on.
For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. So that pridefulness, this president that we got now, who is so puffed up with pride,
man,
this country that think it's the greatest country in the world,
yeah,
that think that ain't no other nation that can stand next to it, because they have walked in great pride, that great miseries are going to be done. And we seeing great miseries, and we ain't even seen the worst of it yet, or they ain't even seen the worst of it yet.
That's right. That's right, Doc. Hey, go back to 2nd Esdras 16, Doc, where you left off. I think you was at the beginning of war.
I finish off 18, Con. It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 18. I'm going to start it from the top. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear.
And that's what's going to happen. Man, when they see YAHAWAH'S come back to this earth, and they're going to stand in fear.
That's right.
They're going to stand in fear when we have our immortal bodies, when we have our magnified, glorified bodies. It said the nations, what YAHAWAH said, the nations shall fear. The powers will tremble. I'm paraphrasing, man. Keep going out.
The beginning of evils. Well, what shall I do when these evils shall come?
And that's the question we gotta ask ourselves. What we gonna do when these evils come? You still gonna be out there hating your brother, talking bad about camps, being Eve in the world? You women going from man to man, men going from women to women.
Right.
That's what you're gonna be doing when this evil come upon the earth. They say 7 women shall take hold of a Jew's skirt. What you gonna do? Take all 7? Not knowing their doctrine, their mentality, might have Esau right behind them waiting for you. Even Ezra said, woe is me in these days. Ezra don't want to be here.
That's right.
We got to think about Ezra is like, I do not want to be here when Yahweh released this. But Jake think he ready though.
Oh man.
Jake think he ready. Hey, Jake got two 40s. Hey, with a stendos, one with a drum and one with a stendo clip. Hey, you can't tell Jake that, man. But it's gonna be with him in that day. I'm telling you, it's gonna be woe. Woe is Jake in that day.
That's right.
Woe is Jake in that day. Keep reading out.
Verse 19. It said, behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourge for amendment.
For amendment. Come on, read it again.
Said, behold, famine and plague.
Yep.
Tribulation and anguish.
Come on.
Are sent as scourges for amendment.
As it says, famine, plagues, tribulation, and anguish was sent for a whooping. The Most High sent this for a whooping upon the earth, really, and upon us, because we up under the curses. To see, but there will be no improvement though. There will be no change. It's gonna continue to get worse and worse. Keep going out.
Verse 20 said, but for all these things, they should not turn from their wickedness.
And that's the problem. And still, Jake will not turn from their wicked ways. They will still not seek Yahweh by Shem Yahushua. They will still mock on the street corners. I seen a video of Priest Sabak, man. He said, your God ain't – dude was scoffing Adawan's advice. Said, your God ain't shit. Yo, I almost lost my mind.
Man.
But to see how, the Adawan, dealt patiently with him and understood, he didn't go haywire on him. But, our people will say the craziest thing. Because they're in the wrong state of mind. What it say? Read it from the top again now.
verse 20, it said, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness.
Because no matter plague, no matter famine, what does it say? No matter anguish, tribulation,
right?
We will not turn from our wicked ways. That's why the Most High, what the Most High did, sent the flood. Then we still went off. Put us in Egypt captivity. We still went off. Then what you got? Assyrian, Babylon, Persian Mede, Greek, Roman, American. I mean, we couldn't get it right, man.
Still can't get it right.
It still can't get it right. We still can't understand and love each other. It blows my mind how Israel cannot still to understand, cannot love each other. We know Jake and the world is going to hate each other for no reason. But we understanding and conscious of the Most High, we can still have that evil, you know, that the curses upon us. That's how you know the curses shall be upon the seed forever.
That's right.
You cannot get away from it. Even though you in the truth, you can't get away from these curses. That's why they here. Keep reading that.
Say, but for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
They're not even going to be mindful of the scourges. They're not even going to be mindful that it's tribulation going on. Our people are not mindful that our people are in anguish right now. Our people are not mindful that these hurricanes can destroy at any time. The Most High can send a fire and destroy at any time. They're not mindful of it. Because Ezra said in the two verses above that the scourges was all those things. That the famine is about to come. They're not mindful that you got to have the exact number of dollars to pay out at the grocery stores. Either Mike told me the day I work. I think she said, James, I think they're gonna start upcharging. If your bill is $8.04, I think they're just gonna charge you $9 even, no change.
No change.
It could come to that. It could come to that. But eventually they're gonna get away from that money system. Because we already know that the money is nothing anyways. It's not backed by nothing. Just a bunch of paper with a bunch of wicked devils on it. That's all it is. Keep reading up.
And Salaki out of one. That's like the premiere we had last night when you were speaking with Jay, right? He not being mindful of his brethren either. He was like, well, I work, you know, I got a job, right? He was real power. He didn't even understand that he was having a hatred towards his people.
Yeah.
Right? Like you told him, he was being selfish, right? He's straight, but everybody else hurting. But he don't care because he's straight. Yeah. Right? It's just like them same rap stars and football players, right? Deshaun Jackson had to backtrack his words. He like, well, look, I'm making a few million, man. Look, I backtrack and apologize. I'm straight. You know, look, Jay gonna have to just get his. I got mine. Get yours. You know that mentality, man.
That's right. That's that mentality. You know, they'll come through the hood every once in a while, you know, for wicked Thanksgiving, wicked Christmas, give a few turkeys, give a few bikes. You don't see them for the whole year. They might miss a Christmas or two, then they'll be back with a few more bikes and back. You know, our people, man,
destroyed
are laden with iniquity, man. Like the scriptures say. Read on out.
This is verse 21. Second Esdras chapter 16, verse 21. Behold, victuals shall be so Salaki. Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth.
I mean, victuals like things that we buy on this earth, they're gonna be sold for cheap. They're gonna be useless. There's not gonna be. The money is already becoming nothing. So now what? They're gonna have to go to the card system. Eventually, that's gonna fail them. Now your victuals are gonna be sold for cheap, man. We already see that right now. I was looking at flights today. I can get a flight to Florida right now, Spirit, $36. Right now, gone. We already seen it at a minor level, at a minute level. Now, at one point, remember, gas was going all the way down. We couldn't find no tissue in the stores.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? Everything is going to come back. Keep going up.
Said that they shall think, Salaki, that they shall think themselves to be in good case.
Yep.
And even then shall evils grow upon the earth.
But see, and they're gonna think it's sweet. What Thessalonians said, what Paul said, they're gonna say in peace and safety. Yes, not knowing that this baby, not knowing that this woman is in travail, it's the 9th month. and destruction is coming.
That's right.
They don't understand that. Go ahead, I
got a precept for that baby. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 19, and it said, "Woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days." Right, like you saying, man, you don't know, sis pregnant. She don't know the last trimester she about due. Right, Christ told you in Matthew, man, woe in that day to the pregnant woman or the small baby, the infant that still need the breast milk.
That's right.
You're gonna be trying to survive and feed that baby. Ain't no telling what the mother or father might do with that child. Might leave him. Like, look, I gotta survive.
Hey,
them off.
Hey man, and the time of the kings, man. And you reading the time of the kings, man. The sister ate the baby, man.
Man,
you know them times could easily come back. Go to watch this. Go to another. Go back to 2nd Ezra 16. Read We're gonna jump real quick on that topic of the baby giving birth, right? Go to verse 37, right? Read verse 37 in the same context.
This book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 37 said, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh, and are not slack."
And that's real, man. The plagues draw nigh and are not slack. They coming. The Most High is not playing with this earth. The plagues draw nigh. Coronavirus is a minor plague. So we haven't even got the second wave with the flu season,
man.
And then what we don't know what else the Most High is going to send up to this earth. Excuse me. But read on.
Verse 38. It said, "As when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son."
Come on.
"Within 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb."
Yep.
"Which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment."
So it's like a woman in the 9th month, 2 or 3 hours before she had this baby. You know, our sister should know what's going on. The sister that got babies. That the pains that come within those 2 or 3 hours. What you got to do? You got to get the shot in your back.
Right.
You got to get that. You know, you don't want to go through them pains. You know, some of our sisters, they strong. They say they're gonna go through it. But a lot of women in this world, you know, they're gonna get the shot in the back and die down some of them pains. But with the Most High, it ain't no shot in the back. It ain't no dying back. The Most High said his plagues draw nigh and are not slack. Just like a woman in the 9th month with 2 or 3 hours to her pregnancy. That means that baby is coming. Keep reading.
Verse 39 said, "Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth."
Come on.
"And the world shall mourn."
What the Lord said?
"And the world shall mourn."
And the world is going to mourn because it's going to be great death in these days. Great turmoil. Read on.
"And sorrow shall come upon it on every side."
And it's going to be sorrow on every side. I see sorrow every day. A family member drop the patient off to the ER. Say they got coronavirus symptoms. They want to come in so bad, but I'm at the front door like no visitors. Right. Even if they go up even if they go upstairs, no visitors. Period. You can't come in here. You know, that's great money. You could drop your loved one off in that hospital. They go upstairs, COVID 2 or 3 weeks on their deathbed on that vent. Before you know it, they calling you saying you can spend 45 minutes to 30 minutes with your loved one. They about to die in the next couple of days. That's great morning. You don't know how they got it. You know, you probably was out and about. You might be thinking you gave it to them now.
Man.
Now that's causing psych problems, man. Now you tripping in the mental. All that stuff is going to be going on. But see, we got Esau, right? Esau is playing a major game because they know this stuff is about to rise. That's why you got the elites. They know this stuff is about to rise. That's why they setting up. They trying to make their army stronger so they can enclose the people and fight against these nations.
All right.
That's why they trying to grow in their Navy forces and in their National Guards because they know what's coming to the earth. They not only want to control the earth, these so-called American Edomites, they want to go to war with the Most High.
Man.
They got the nerve to go to war with the Most High because what? They think their name and their house will be established forever. You're going to get that out? Get that. I'm going to go into the next video after you read that.
This is the book of Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11. Said their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own names.
That's exactly what's going on. Their inward thoughts. They think can't nobody destroy them. But Obadiah told us different, because he said the residue of the heathen, the nations, they ain't dealing with you. They're not feeling you, man. Now let's get the next article real quick before we get into the video. Bear with me real quick. One of y'all brothers read it for me. Okay, there we go. Can you see that? Should be coming up now. Now we're gonna get into the lesson of why it's called UFO'S versus YAHAWAH'S chariots, or YAHAWAH'S chariots. We're gonna see what's really going on. Read the title for me, one of y'all brothers.
It said Pentagon to launch task force to investigate UFO sightings.
What's the date on this?
Say uploaded August 13th, 2020.
Okay, so now this article was uploaded August 13th, 2020, but they probably been looking at this for a while. All right. Can you see that out? They need me to zoom in.
Zoom in just a little bit.
Now, Israel got bad eyes, man. All right, go ahead. I'll read that for me.
Said Washington CNN said the Pentagon is forming a new task force investigate UFOs that have been observed by U.S. military aircraft, according to two defense officials.
Come on.
Deputy Secretary of Defense David Norquist will help oversee the task force, which is expected to be officially unveiled in the next few days.
So now they got this new task force, right? They've been seeing supposedly sightings of UFOs, what we would say chariots, flying over their bases. Now they want to make an entire task force to investigate why and what it is. But we already understand that they have things like Area 51 that probably does this all the time. But like the brother Yahawah just sent me a news article earlier that during the pandemic of COVID, they say that they've seen the most UFO sightings in history come to and fro through America. Am I lying out?
That's it.
Keep reading out.
Said previous efforts to look into what the Pentagon dubs unidentified aerial phenomenon were led by the U.S. Navy, as many of the documented encounters involved their aircraft.
See, and that's the problem, right? Now they're not really calling them UFOs no more. They call them unidentified aerial phenomenons because they don't understand what they're doing and why they're doing it. No thanks. They don't understand what they're doing and why they're doing it, but they're continuing to fly over the U.S. Navy. Keep going out.
The Department of Defense did not immediately respond to a request for a comment.
Mm-hmm.
Members of Congress and Pentagon officials have long expressed concerns about the appearance of the unidentified aircraft that have flown over U.S. military bases, posing a risk to military jets. There is no consensus on their origin, with some believing that they may be drones. Potentially.
Now, do we believe if it was a drone flying over the U.S. Navy that it could maintain flight several times Over and over, they just seeing this same drone. Come on now. That don't even make sense dealing with America. America would have been shot that down.
That's right.
Without a doubt. A drone cannot get over the U.S. Navy. Stop playing.
They'd have seen it miles away. Came up on radar.
Come on, I.
They
trying to play it off.
Get close to the base.
That's right.
A drone, come on, man. A drone getting. We probably the only nation that get drones close to other bases, man. Ain't nobody really, unless they got some inside knowledge. I wouldn't say that nobody's really, especially on U.S. soil. Man. Keep going out.
Said believing that they may be drones potentially operated by earthly adversaries seeking to gather intelligence rather than extraterrestrials.
See, now they're trying to say that it's probably another country trying to gather information. But let's be real. It don't even make sense. I can't even put it in words because it doesn't make sense. I can't see it for another country to be flying drones over America and America has not shot them down.
That's right.
This will be all over the news. Just how Iran shot our drone down. And then what we did, we went and bombed them. So America is not letting these games happen where drones is just flying over them and they don't know who they are. They're unannounced. And then they got the nerve to throw in the last part, the extraterrestrial. We understand in the scripture it talks about extraterrestrial. Get that for me real quick.
That's in Corinthians.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians 15:40. Let's get that.
It's the book of 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 40.
Come on.
There are also celestial bodies and bodies terrestrial.
Yep.
But the glory of the celestial is one,
yep,
and the glory of the terrestrial is another.
And so that's how you know it's a difference between the two. We are the celestial, and the Most High angels, probably in angelic beings, and archangels and chariots. Those are the terrestrial beings. But they trying to play it off like, nah, it's just a drone. It's all right. No, man, we're not falling for that. Because we know, and I'm going to show y'all some scriptures. We know in different captivities that the Most High has always dwelt with us with his chariots. He always has shown us signs with his chariots. Matter of fact, let's get that. Let's get Exodus 14 and 19.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 14 and verse 19.
Come on.
And the angel of the Most High, which went before the camp of Israel, removed and went behind them. And the pillar of the cloud went from before their face and stood behind them.
Come on.
And it came between the camp of the Egyptians and the camp of Israel.
So hold on right there. So it says, the pillar of the cloud went before them. What is the pillar of the cloud?
Chariots.
That's a chariot. Keep reading on this. We're gonna show that. We're gonna prove that. We're gonna prove that.
And it was a cloud and darkness to them, but it gave light by night to those, so that the one came not near the other all the night.
And look how amazing the Most High is. It was a darkness to the Egyptians, but it was a light to us.
That's right.
Because we are that light. Yahweh is that light. Yahweh Shah is that light. That's gonna be the saving grace from us out of this captivity. First, we got to be walking in that light, and then Yahweh Shah will be a light unto us. Because he told us, man, he'll hide us under his pavilion and under his wings. And what he said, he caused darkness upon the Egyptians. Don't it say that in the last day that it's going to be darkness, like the moon was covered and the sun was gone? It says it's the same thing. The Most High has always dwelt with us in different captivities, almost in every captivity. In each part of the Bibles, we're going to see, and we're going to show how the Most High was dwelling with us through his chariots. Keep reading that.
Verse 21. And Moses stretched out his hand over the sea, And Yahweh caused the sea to go back by a strong east wind all that night.
Come on.
And made the sea dry land. And the waters were divided.
And that's the power. That's the power that Yahweh gave to Moses. But remember, in the last days, it says one man will be as strong as David. So we're going to have some of these same qualities and strengths. We might not be splitting the waters, but we're going to have these same strengths, man. You remember what it said? Saul killed his 1,000, but David killed his 10.
Sure did.
So we're going to have these same strengths as David. Just how Yahweh gave Moses this same strength to get us out of this captivity. It's all parabolic. It's all the same thing. There's nothing new under the sun. Keep going, out.
Verse 22. It said, and the children of Israel went into the midst of the sea upon the dry ground. And the waters were a wall unto them on the right hand and on their left.
See, now a lot of us is not spiritual no more. A lot of us can't even fathom somebody splitting a sea. You might faint. You're not going to believe what you just saw. You're going to be questioning what you just saw. Just how the children of Israel was questioning Moses. You're going to be questioning what's going on. Not understanding that the Most High is bring you out of a place and about to refine you and bring you into something great. See, we not spiritual no more. We got to get back on our spiritual side and really go into these scriptures and understand what the Most High is teaching us. Because like Paul said in Romans 15:4, the things that were written before were written for our learning. Through hope that we might find comfort in these scriptures. Keep going, out.
Verse 23. And said, and the Egyptians pursued and went in after them to the midst of the sea.
Come on.
Even all Pharaoh's horses, his chariots, and his horsemen.
Come on.
And it came to pass that in the morning watch, Yahweh looked unto the host of the Egyptian through the pillar of fire.
Now, hold on. Wait a minute now. Hold on now. Now it say Yahweh looked through the... Chill, hold up. Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. It say Yahweh looked through the pillar of fire. And look, that's how you know they had to die right then. That's how you know they had to die in this. That's how you knew, reading this and understanding the scriptures, that's how you know the Egyptians had to die in this instance. Because Yahweh looking down on them like, you still pursuing?
Right.
You still pursuing my chosen? But the Most High had done bucked them up in the pride anyways. But it's the same, it's the same thing.
So that's like when Yahweh was like, no man has ever seen, when he said no man can see, he said in the Exodus, he said no man can see the Father or the glory and live.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So when you bringing out the scripture saying he looked into the host of the Egyptian through the fire, like you said, they had to die. You know what I mean? They still pursuing my people. You got to be put to death. You seeing these great wonders too, the same way my chosen seeing them, and you proud. You got to go.
And that's the same thing what the Most High is doing to Esau. He's just bucking them up in pride.
That's right.
The Most High said he hate a proud look. 6 things I hate. One of the second I think is a proud look. Esau got the proudest look. Or the proudest look, Salakia. But read 24 again.
It said, and it came to pass that in the morning watch, Yahweh looked unto the host of the Egyptians through the pillar of fire and of the cloud, and troubled the host of the Egyptians. Verse 25, and they took off their chariot wheels, that they drave them heavily, so that the Egyptians said, let us flee from the face of Israel. That's for right. Yahweh fighteth for them against the Egyptians.
That's right, man. They had to get up out of there. Because they already understood, man, that Yahweh fights for us. We got to realize that. When Esau talking about he's seeing these drones or so-called drones or what do you call them? unified aerial phenomenon. He said he's seeing all these things. Man, there's no way that they can say they're gonna come battle this or fight against this, because that's what they really want to do. That's why they have to open or make a or intelligence group to search out the matters of what's going on. Let's go back to the article. Read right here where it says we have things flying over. Right here.
Salaki, one more thing, like it said that it just came up upon a military basis. You know what I mean? That might be them angels right there just taking down some good notes for the Most High. Like, look what they doing. Look how they trying to move this way, move that way. Most High laughing at them. He's like, I'm going to destroy all this in an instance.
Yeah.
You know in an hour, blink of the day, just done. They're going to be like, we had everything planned. I can see it. I can see the distress, the fear that's going to come upon the Esau and wicked Jake that don't want to repent. Article say we have things flying over our military bases and places where we are conducting military exercises.
And what you just said, right over where they constructing their military exercise, they got extraterrestrial, or what we'll say is the chariots flying right over. Man. Keep going out.
And we don't know what it is, and it isn't ours. So that's a legitimate question to ask. The chairman of that committee, Senator Marco Rubio, told a local Miami News.
See, they trying to question it. What is this? They don't understand. When I play the video, they're gonna be bamboozled and dumbfounded. Like, what is this flying over us or flying around about us? Read the where it says the video released right here.
The videos released by the Pentagon appear to show unidentified flying objects rapidly moving while recorded by infrared cameras. 2 of the videos contain service members reacting in awe at how quickly the objects are moving. One voice speculates that it could be a drone. President Donald Trump in April called the footage a hell of a video and told Reuters he wonders if it's real.
Yeah. And he has to wonder. But we're gonna see he's wondering, but at the same time, he's also protecting, his elite family and his elite people. Because he's gonna put all this money into this task force. He's gonna want to put all this money into this task force, to this space force, what he called it, to control dominance of space. What's out there that you need to fight?
Right.
Why you need dominance in space? Don't make no sense. I'm gonna get the video out. I'm gonna get the video, and then we're gonna get precept on how rapid they was moving and such.
Man, the way them angels, man, them chariots gonna move. Esau ain't never seen nothing move like that. That's why they was in awe, fathom. They was baffled.
You gonna hear him right here. You gonna hear him right here. Watch.
That's why I'm happy, man. The Most High put the spirit on me to move in fear to serve Him, man. You frozen out of one? All right. Out of one, Yahawah come back and pull this precept. Book of Isaiah, chapter 36, verse 9. It reads, how then would thou turn away the face of one captain of the least of my master's servant, and put thy trust on Egypt for chariots and for horsemen? Right? Because the scripture saying, we know the master is YAHAWAH'S, we as servants. But Jake, they're gonna put their trust in that that's that task force. right? They're gonna trust in that spaceship and all the things, spiritual Egypt, which Babylon is right now. They're gonna trust in them false chariots, them jets, the fighter planes, the soldiers of Esau. That's the horsemen that this scripture was bringing out. You back on Adam?
Yeah, my whole thing shut down. I don't know what happened.
They don't like the lesson you bringing out.
I can't. You said you about to bring out a precept?
Yeah, I had brought out the book of Isaiah chapter 36 and verse 9. It said, "How then would thou turn away the face of one captain of the least of my master's servants?" So we know the scriptures say that YAHAWAH'S is our master, right? He the captain, we the servants. And it said, "And put thy trust on Egypt for chariots and for horsemen," right? Like you said, they forming this space task force, right? And there's gonna be a lot of people that's gonna put their trust in this, especially Jake. They're gonna be like, "Oh yeah, we got the task force," right? They gonna put a horseman. That's the soldiers, the army, the navy, right? The National Guard, the Marines, right? That they're gonna put trust in that. But we know the Most High chariots and his angels and his horsemen. You ain't going against that. You're not defeating the Most High.
That's right.
You know what I mean?
That's right.
Go ahead, I want to bring out the book of Ecclesiastes 1:9. It says, "The thing that hath been, it is that which shall be, and that which is done is that which shall be done, and there is no new thing under the sun."
That's right.
I mean, they've been doing this for years. This whole task force thing, where they thinking that they can fight the Most High, fight against the Most High. There was an incident. It was back in like the 60s. Where Russia and the United States was shooting off nuclear missiles straight up into the sky. So they've been seeing, these chariots, and they've been thinking that they can go to war with the Most High, right? It's like when they tried to build the tower, right? They was trying to build the tower to go up and fight against the Most High. It's the same thing. There's nothing new under the sun.
Child Bible, come. And let's get into this video real quick. Should be coming on now. Can y'all see it, or is it still low?
The U.S. Navy has finally acknowledged that videos appearing to show UFOs flying through the air are real. They don't call them UFOs; they call them unidentified aerial phenomena. The several videos they're talking about were recorded years ago by fighter pilots. Then in 2017, they were made public by the New York Times. More now from our Randy K.
That's a true devil right there.
Look at that thing! It's rotating.
Images of that rotating thing captured by U.S. Navy aircraft, sensors locking in on the target. Commander David Fravor saw it firsthand during a training mission, describing it like a 40-foot-long tic-tac, maneuvering rapidly and changing direction.
As we both looked out the right side of our airplane, we saw a disturbance in the water and a white object, oblong, pointing north.
The object was first sighted in 2004, then similar objects again in 2015. Footage of the sightings, declassified by the military, weren't made public until December 2017 by the New York Times and a group that researches UFOs.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My God.
You heard that devil say? He said it's a whole fleet of them. The devil said it's a whole fleet of them, and then when he was talking, he looked at spooked. Let me keep going.
Salaki. Didn't it say it was 40 feet?
Yeah.
Man.
Moving rapidly. Like lightning. Like they moving so fast they can't even keep up with them.
I'm going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots to the west. Look at that thing, dude.
This was extremely abrupt, like a ping pong ball bouncing off a wall. The ability to hover over the water and then start a vertical climb from basically zero up towards about 12,000 feet and then accelerate in less than 2 seconds and disappear is something I had never seen in my life.
Yo, that's a phenomenon. Only the Most High could be doing that.
That's right.
Only the Most High could be doing that phenomenon, and we're going to show that.
The Navy says it still doesn't know what the objects are, and officials aren't speculating. A Navy spokesman simply confirming to CNN the objects seen in the various clips are unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAPs. The UFO reports were first investigated by a secret 22...
Let's get into it. Go to Ezekiel. Go to Ezekiel chapter 1. Start right at the top.
Book of Ezekiel chapter 1. Now it came to pass in the 13th year, in the 4th month, in the 5th day of the month, as I was among the captives by the river of Chabar.
Now look at this now. Now we got Ezekiel now. He's in captivity. He's in his captivity. But Ezekiel's in Babylon, right? He was in Babylonian captivity. Let's see what Ezekiel's about to see. Well, let's see what Ezekiel's about to experience. Go ahead.
The heavens were open, and I saw visions of God.
Come on.
In the 5th day of the month, which was the 5th year of King Jehoiakim's captivity. Jehoiakim's captivity.
Now hold on. Now it said he's seeing visions of God. Now that's a lowercase g. I mean that's the uppercase G with regular letters, right? So it didn't say the visions of the Most High. It said visions of God, the Elohim, or the Elohim, right? Keep going.
The word of Yahweh came expressly unto Ezekiel the priest, the son of Buzai, in the land of the Chaldeans by the river Chabar.
Come on.
And the hand of Yahweh was there upon him.
And start right there. When it says the hand of Yahweh was upon him, what does that mean? Does that mean that Yahweh came down and rested his arm on Ezekiel? Man. That means he was in the spirit. Ezekiel was in the spirit right here, man. It says he saw a vision of God and the heavens opened up and Yahweh's arm was upon him. Meaning he was in the spirit seeing this. Keep going, Ak.
And I looked, and behold, a whirlwind came out of the north. A great cloud.
A what?
A great cloud.
Give me Psalms 104 and 3, Ak. Because we mentioned the clouds twice already. What are these clouds?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 104, verse 3.
Come on.
Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters? Who maketh the clouds his chariot?
He do what?
He maketh the clouds his chariot.
So there it is right there. So when you see in the scriptures, he riding on the cloud. He came to the Ancient of Days on the cloud. He got beamed up in the cloud. That's a chariot. Because David gave you the understanding. David gave you the key to unlock that. What is the cloud? Keep going out. All right, I think it's a little bit more on your end.
Who layeth the beams of his chambers in the waters, and maketh the clouds his chariots, who walketh upon the wings of the wind.
And he walketh upon the wings of the wind, man. That's his moving chariot. Keep going, Yahweh.
God. And a fire enfolding itself, and a brightness was about it. And out of the midst thereof, as the color of amber. Out of the midst of the fire.
And it says it was like so you gotta imagine this. Ezekiel is seeing a fire enfolding himself. Right? The Most High, Ezekiel is seeing a fire enfolding himself. He said in the midst of it, he sees amber. Which we will say that's probably the Most High in the midst of that. Because get Hebrews 10 and 29. 12 and 29. Slack. Get Hebrews 12 and 29. Right? Who's in the midst of the fire?
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 12, verse 29.
Come on.
Said, for our God is a consuming fire.
Read it again.
For our God is a consuming fire.
So Yahweh is a consuming fire. So when you see the fire enfolding itself. You know, it was the amber was in fire. We already know that Yahweh made us in our image. I mean, he made us in his image, Salakia. So that amber, that brownish tone, that beautiful color of amber, that's probably the most high in the midst of the fire, man. Keep reading that. Verse 5.
Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
Come on.
And this was their appearance. They had the likeness of a man.
And it say out of the mist came 4 living creatures, man. You gotta envision what Ezekiel. If some of y'all seen this, your bowels would fail you. You could not comprehend.
That's right.
We are not in a spiritual mindset. Everything is through the phone. Everything is technology. Everything is fast food. You need it now. You need Wi-Fi, high-speed internet, fast cars, fast life, fast money.
Right.
Everything is fast. We're not living spiritual no more.
That's right.
We don't have that spiritual. The Most High couldn't send us a vision like this. We would die.
That's right.
Read verse 5 again,
Con. Also out of the midst thereof came the likeness of 4 living creatures.
Come on.
And this was their appearance.
Come on.
They had the likeness of a man.
Yeah, and they had the likeness of a man. So what could that be? That's possibly like us. They probably had some likeness as us. Because, you know, the Most High said he made man in his image, like I just said. Keep going,
Come. And every one had 4 faces. And every one had 4 wings.
So it said every one of them out of the 4, all 4 of them had 4 faces and 4 wings. Keep going.
And their feet were straight feet. And the sole of their feet was like the sole of a calf's foot.
Come on.
And they sparkled like the color of burnished brass.
They sparkled like what?
Burnished brass.
Now, who else sparkled like burnished brass, man?
YAHAWAH'S.
This ain't no coincidence. Get it. Get Daniel 10.
Come on. Salah.
This is not a coincidence that these angelic beings is sparkling like burnished brass. That's why they had a likeness of men. Well, who's the greatest man? The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and us scattered abroad.
That's right. Let me start at verse 5.
Verse 5,
Come. This is the book of Daniel, chapter 10 and verse 5. Then I lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a certain man clothed in linen, whose loins were girded with fine gold of UFO'S.
Come on.
His body also like the beryl, and his face as the appearance of lightning.
And when it says his body was like beryl, see, the Christians get bugged out. They said his body was green because, you know, beryl just basically represents an emerald. No, same thing, something green. But when it said his body, that means his garment was like beryl. So YAHAWAH'S had some sort of green, glistening, fire garment with a gold belt. Gold girdle, man. Fly. Keep going out.
And his face as the appearance of lightning, and his eyes as lamps of fire.
And we understand that from Genesis, his eyes like lamps of fire. And then you read Ecclesiastes, it tells you that the wisdom causes the man's face to shine. That's why his face was like lightning. Keep going.
And his arms and his feet.
His arms and his feet, meaning his body, like a man, right? Like a man, right? Come on out.
Like in color to polished brass.
Like in color to polished brass. The same thing as these angelic beings. It's the same exact thing. Go back to Ezekiel. Read verse 8,
Verse 8. And they had the hands of a man under their wings on their 4 sides.
So now let's go back and think now. So it's 4 of them. They got 4 heads, 4 wings, and now they got arms. And there's the color of burnt brass. Or polished, burnished brass, I should say. Right? Keep going.
And they had 4, Salakia, and they 4 had their faces and their wings.
Yep.
Their wings were joined one to another.
Their wings were joined one to another. That means basically it was on one spine, one accord. Their wings were joined to another. Come on.
They turned not when they went. They went every one straight forward.
And that's the same thing as these chariots. What he just said. They was turning each way. I mean, actually, he said they wasn't turning because it just said it turned each way, but they basically was moving so swift. They wasn't doing like how a bird would fly or how we would turn. They're not moving like that. They moving in angles. Now, what Edomite said, it was crazy. It dropped real low and then it shot up real fast and then turned. That's how they was moving. You can't fathom that. That's why the Edomites were such in awe. Keep going on.
As for the likeness of their faces,
come on,
they four had the face of a man.
So now wait, now four of them now they got let's go back. Four. All of them have a face of a man. Now we can't all the way say what these faces represent. Let's be fair. But it is our duty to search out the scriptures. You know what the scriptures say, he reveals his secret things to those who fear him, right? So it's our job to search out these scriptures. So it says all of them had the likeness of the face of a man. Let's go to Genesis 1 and show how the Most High created man in his own image. You know what that said out?
26.
Come on, get that.
No, verse 27, Salaki. This Genesis 1:27 says, so the Elohim created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Mm-hmm. Male and female created he them.
So in his image, he created man. So one face of these four beings, or the four faces, is a man. You know, it could be the likeness of a man. That's why they have a face of a man. It could be because the Most High made man in his image. Keep going out in Ezekiel.
And the face of a lion.
And then you got the face of a lion, right? The face of a lion on the right side. What could that be? That could be possibly Judah. You know, king, rulership. What is it? King of the jungle, man. The strength of it. That could be the lion, man. The king, the rulership. What happened? Our Lord sprang out of Judah.
That's
Judah
right.
is that roaring lion, man. That young lion.
All right.
You know, that could be that. You know, it's better than going to Esau's commentary and letting Esau tell us who the hell they think it is. It's our job to go in here.
That's right.
Keep going up.
And they four had the face of an ox on the left side.
And it says the face of an ox. What could that ox be? Go to Psalms 144 and 14.
144 and 14. Come.
Let's see what an ox will represent.
This Psalms 144 and 14.
Go ahead.
It said that our oxen may be strong to labor.
Come on.
That there be no breaking in nor going out.
So that ox could possibly be the strength of it. The strength of Yahweh. There's no breaking in or breaking out. There's no getting out of this, man. There's none of that. That ox face could represent the strength. The lion could be the king. The man could be us. Keep going.
And they four also had the face of an eagle.
And then it had the face of an eagle. Give me Deuteronomy 32 and 11. Let's read this.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 11.
Come on.
As an eagle stirreth up her nest.
So wait, now eagle stirs up her nest. She makes her nest. She gathers it. She cares for it. Go ahead.
Fluttereth over her young.
Come on.
Spreadeth abroad her wings. Taketh them, beareth them on her wings.
And she beareth them on her wings. That could be Yahweh watching over us. The eagle's eye. You know, even Psalms will tell you, he keeps us in his wings. It could be the eagle's eye. It could be. I'm not saying all of these are correct. I want brothers and sisters to go into the scriptures and find more. And show me the precept. In all honesty. But when we go into it, it's better than going into Esau's commentary because they're gonna tell you it's all kinds of folly in this.
That's right. Fact.
So it's our job to go into the gaps of it and find precepts, supporting precepts for these different types of animals or beings that could be on this angel. Keep going out.
Thus were their faces, and their wings were stretched upward. 2 wings of every one were joined one to another, and 2 covered their bodies.
And when you go into Jeremiah, you go into Job, they had very similar visions. They had very similar visions. Jump down to verse 14. Let's get into it.
Verse 14. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning.
What did that Edomite say? They was moving so fast.
That's right.
They moving so fast. It's the same thing. They move as the appearance of lightning. It's the same exact thing. Esau was just calling out on his videos, but Yahawah left this for us. Why Yahawah? They left this for us so we can understand what's going on in these last days. Because they calling them what? Unidentified aerial phenomenons. But Yahawah, why Yahawah gonna call them something else? We're gonna see. Keep reading out.
Now, as I beheld the living creatures, behold, one wheel upon the earth by the living creatures with 4 faces.
So now it's a wheel. Keep going.
The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl.
And it says the appearance of the wheel was like the green, like Yahawah had on. Because the beryl is just an emerald. It's almost the same thing. Really the same thing, right? Keep going.
And they 4 had one likeness.
And it was 4 of them. They had one likeness, meaning they looked the same. Come on.
And their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
Okay, now read it all the way through smooth. Read it all the way through smooth.
Come. Verse 16. The appearance of the wheels and their work was like unto the color of a beryl. And they 4 had one likeness. And their appearance and their work was as it were a wheel in the middle of a wheel.
So now check this out now. It says it was like the appearance of a wheel in a wheel, man. That means all the works of the wheel that was in the wheel was of that color of a beryl, like the emerald, like that green color. Just how we just seen in the video. Let's pull it back up. Let's put it back up real quick.
And Salakia out of one.
Go ahead.
When they did the breastplates for the priesthood, wasn't the emerald green stone the representation of the tribe?
Right? I think so. I think so. I think you're right. Let's look at it again. Is this what I want? Yeah, come. Let me go back. Now watch how he did. Now watch how Esau described it, right?
Then similar objects again in 2015. Footage of the sightings, declassified by the military, weren't made until December 2017 by the New York Times and a group that researches UFOs.
There's a whole fleet of them. Look on the ASA. My God. They're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots.
Yo, don't that look like a wheel inside? You can't really see it, but
like a ping pong ball bouncing off a wall. The ability to hover over the water and then start a vertical climb from basically 0 up towards about 12,000 feet, and then accelerate in less than 2 seconds and disappear is something I had never seen.
Now read verse 14 again. He said it moving like a ping pong. Yeah, it was moving. It was he couldn't fathom. He can't even really explain it. Read verse 14 again.
Verse 14. And the living creatures ran and returned as the appearance of a flash of lightning.
And they ran like the appearance of a flash of lightning. You can't keep up with it. It's like a ping pong. The way they hovered over the water and then went up abruptly, what he said. Let's go back, man. Let's keep going in Ezekiel. Read verse 17.
Verse 17. When they went upon their 4 sides, and they turned not when they went.
And that's exactly what he's saying, like a ping pong. It turned not when it went. It wasn't doing none of that, man. It was up, down, side to side, moving abruptly, disappearing, coming back. Whoa. Yo, we couldn't fathom this. What the sister said, she said, he looks scared. Yeah, he do look scared, sis. He do look scared. Go ahead.
He said they was moving. It picked up speed less than 2 seconds. Like right. He blinked and them things was up out of there. Like pew, like an instant transmission type movement.
Yes, that's right. Now we got to go back. Now we got to get back in the mindset of Ezekiel. The brother is just, you can't. I mean, a lot of brothers couldn't handle this vision. I would say most brothers can't handle this vision.
Jake loses his mind.
You lose your mind. The Most High opened the heavens. First, you got the fire folding itself. Ezekiel understand that the Most High dwells in the fire. You understand that? Then you got the amber. He looking like, he probably like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Then you see 4 angelic beings with 4 faces, 4 wings, crazy feet, arms like men, 4 different faces. And then you got a will and a will. Turning not when it goes, man. Yo, Ezekiel, the Most High showed Ezekiel a beautiful thing in the spirit. That's why I say that's why it had to say the hand of the Lord was upon him. That's the only way he could handle that. He was in the spirit, and he probably was in a heavy trance watching this. Keep going out.
Con. As for their rings, they were so high that they were dreadful.
And like the sister said, he was scared. Ezekiel wasn't explaining this as a vision of something cool, like how we think it. He said it was dreadful how high it was, looking about him. He said that's dreadful. Think about it, like if brothers ever went skydiving or thought about going skydiving, or matter of fact, you had that dream where you was falling. That's dreadful. That's dreadful to look upon. You just fall. Ezekiel probably looking at it like, what is that? Keep going up.
And their rings were full of eyes round about them 4.
And their rings were full of eyes. Meaning what? Looking in every direction.
Right.
Probably looking dead at Ezekiel. Come on, Ak.
And when the living creatures went, the wheels went by them. And when the living creatures were lifted up from the earth, the wheels were lifted up. Whithersoever the spirit was to go, they went. Thither was their spirit to go. And the wheels were lifted up over against them. For the spirit of the living creature was in the wheels.
And all that means, in simple terms, all that means is that the spirit had control, or the angelic being had control over the wheels. Whatever the angel of the Lord told the chariot to go, because that's what it is. The wheel and the wheel, let's just call it what it is. It's a chariot. The Most High already said he dwells in the clouds, which are his chariots. These are the chariots of the Lord. And the angels are controlling with their spirit. It's not got a steering wheel and he whipping the whip. Nah. Whatever his mind said go, that's what it did. And it didn't turn as it went. It was moving as lightning. This is some heavy stuff Ezekiel was seeing. Right. That's why Esau got to look on his, let's go back to Esau's face. That's why he got to look on his dumbfounded face. Because he know his end is up. His time is nigh, man. Look at him. Wait. Hold on. Look at Esau. Hold on. Look at him. Look at him, man. Look how simple he look.
That face confounded.
He's confounded.
That's right.
You can't deal with that, man. This vision that Ezekiel saw, this Edomite described it.
And Salakia.
Go ahead, Ak.
The crazy thing to me is that these fools still think that they can fight against it.
They do. Matter of
still
fact,
trying to come up with ways to fight against it.
That's right. Hey, I'm gonna let them words lead us right into the next segment. Watch this. Watch this. Watch what this devil had to say, man. Hold on, let me close some of these tabs right fast. That's astonishing, man. I don't know what I would do. If I saw a vision like that, I'd probably just lay on it down. Woe is me, like Ezra said. Or when John saw YAHAWAH'S in Revelation, he just got on the ground. And I just hope that the angels come say, "Get up, brother." Come hither. You are a brother. That's all I need you to say.
Come.
Well, I'm gonna share this one. Now we know this devil, right? Let's play this.
When it comes to defending America, it is not enough to merely have an American presence in space. We must have American dominance in space.
For what? Yahawah, why does he need a dominance in space? Can y'all hear me?
Con, I hear you out of one.
Why does he need space? He got something to defend, man. Them chariots ain't going away. They ain't gonna stop seeing all them some chariots. What they do? It's so many of them. They're not gonna stop seeing them. That's why he needs dominance in space. Let's go back to it. I'm gonna let it play out.
So important. Very importantly, I'm hereby directing the Department of Defense and Pentagon to immediately begin the process necessary to establish a space force as the 6th branch of the armed forces. That's a big statement. This time we will do more than plant our flag and leave our footprints. We will establish a long-term presence, expand our economy, and build the foundation for an eventual mission to Mars, which...
Get the precept, well, his kingdom, his kingdom said forever. Get the precept.
The Psalms chapter 49 and verse 11.
Come on.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
Read it again.
Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever.
This man think he about to go to space and go to Mars and have dominance over the whole universe. You think he gonna know what he said? If I lose this election, the balance was rigged. He literally want his name to go on forever. Don't make no sense, man. But you can see now. Look at the devil behind him, proud. Look at him. Look at this devil. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. We got this. Then you see the eagle in the back, man. Matter of fact, you see it right here in the front. They ain't hiding it from us who they are.
That's right.
They're not hiding it. Let's keep going.
Which is actually going to happen very quickly. And, I've always said that rich guys seem to like rockets. So all of those rich guys that are dying for our real estate to launch their rockets, we won't charge you too much. Just go ahead. If you beat us to Mars, we'll be very happy and you'll be even more famous.
Nah, ain't no rockets. We ain't trying to hear none of that. The only rockets that's coming to America is nuclear destruction and bombs. That's the only rockets we see. Let's be real. That's the only rockets we truly want to see. Right? We want to see the Most High deliver us out of the land of the north. Let's get that, matter of fact. Let's get that in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 16:15.
That's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 15.
Yeah.
But Yahawah liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
Come on.
And from all the lands where he had driven them. And I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
And that's Israel, right? But read it again out real quick. Read it again.
But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
And that's going to be our new saying, right? Matter of fact, Salaki, start at 14. Read that.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth.
But Yahweh liveth. It ain't gonna be no, Passover for Egypt. Lord willing, it's a Passover for the destruction of Babylon.
That's right.
Because Babylon has fallen. Because that's all it's talking about is Babylon the Great. It said, you will no more say the Lord liveth who brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, man. It's not going to be that no more. But what?
But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
And what's the land of the north? Let's see. The scripture going to explain it. Watch this. Go ahead.
And from all the lands where he had driven them.
Now, where did Yahweh driven us?
To the four corners.
To the four corners. But what a majority of the people, what did the majority of us say?
In the land of the north.
In the land of the north. Let's clarify the land of the north. Go to Zechariah 2 and 6. This so the people understand. This so the people follow us.
It's the book of Zechariah, chapter 2 and verse 6. Said, ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north.
Which is?
Babylon. The daughter of Babylon.
Read it again smooth for me,
said, ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith Yahweh. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven.
That's right. And
Yahweh.
And all that is Deuteronomy 28:64. He's going to scatter us to the four corners of the earth. We're going to worship and serve wood and stone. That's all that is.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 7. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon.
Deliver thyself, who dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. The daughter of Babylon is the Edomites.
That's right.
Let's prove that. Go to Lamentations. Let's prove everything. Go to Lamentations. Where is that? I think it's 4 in the last couple verses. Shooting from the hip. Lamentations 4. Read the last verse.
Verse 22. It say, the punishment of thy iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity.
Yep.
He will visit thy iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
That's a good precept, but that's not what I want. Psalms 139. That's what said.
137, 7 through 9.
Yep, that's what said. Salakia, Israel, that's what said. Lamentations is a good precept, though.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 137, verse 7. It said, remember, O Yahweh, the children of Edom, in the day of Jerusalem, who said, raise it, even to the foundation thereof.
And then when you go into 1 Ezra, chapter 4, verse 45, it tells you that Edom was in the back burning the temple. It tells you this. Keep going out.
O daughter of Babylon, who art to be destroyed.
And that's why you see in the scriptures, Edom is called the daughter of Babylon, right? Because you go to 1 Esdras 4 and 45, it tells you that they was helping Babylon conspire against us. They had a confederate against us, the same way they do today. Go back to Jeremiah 16. Now let's read with that understanding. We understand now that the land of the north pertains to the daughters of Babylon. The daughter of Babylon, which is Edom.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 16, verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth, that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north.
That's right.
And from all the lands whither he had driven them, and I will bring them again into their land that I gave unto their fathers.
Which is Israel. So the Most High is going to deliver us out of this land of the north with these same chariots. That's our deliverance. Go to Deuteronomy 32 real quick. Deuteronomy 32, and I want 33 and 26. 33 and 26.
Deuteronomy 33 and 26 or 32 and Deuteronomy chapter 33 verse 26. There is none like unto the God of Jeshurun.
What is who in the comments? Who knows what Jeshurun is? What does Jeshurun mean? This word don't come up that much in the scriptures, right? Jeshurun. What does that mean? In the comments, don't nobody know in the comments what does Jeshurun mean. That's right. The brother said it. I answered it. Malachi answered it. Read it again.
Deuteronomy 33 and 26. There is none like unto the God of Jeshurun.
Or Israel, or the upright one. Come on.
Who rideth upon the heaven in thy help, and in his excellency on the sky.
So it says he rideth on what he said, he rideth on the heavens for our help, and the excellency in the skies. That's the chariots. That's right. Those same chariots. Let's get another one. Let's get 2 Kings. No, let's get 1 Kings first. No, actually it's 2 Kings 2 and try 7. 2 Kings 2, start at 9.
2 Kings chapter 2 verse 9.
Because these chariots have never left us. This is going to be our deliverance out of Babylon. These chariots. Read out.
2 Kings chapter 2 and verse 9. And it came to pass when they were gone over, that Elijah said unto Elisha, ask what I should do for thee before I be taken away from thee. And Elisha said, I pray thee, let a double portion of thy spirit be upon me.
And you couldn't ask no more from Elijah than that. Yo, give me some of your spirit. Because it was not a prophet like Elijah. That's why when Yahawashi went up in his spiritual body, there was Elijah and Moses there. To me, I would say Elijah is the greatest prophet. He don't got that many prophecies in the scripture, but to me, he going to see Yahawashi. I have to say that, man. But that's just for speaking as a man's sake. Go ahead, Art.
That's right. Verse 10. And he said, thou hast asked a hard thing. Nevertheless, if thou see me when I am taken from thee, it shall be so unto thee. But if not, it shall not be so.
And Elijah understanding his spirit, he said, man, that's a hard thing. You want, I already got a great spirit. He not proud, of course. He already got a great spirit, but you want double that. You want double Elijah. Keep going, all right?
Verse 11, and it came to pass, as they still went on and talked, that, behold, there appeared a chariot of fire.
A what?
A chariot of fire.
Come on.
And horses of fire, and parted them both asunder. And Elijah went up by a whirlwind into heaven.
Now, Elijah went up into the chariot.
Right.
When we read the scripture, we dissect the scripture. This is our same deliverance.
Right.
Getting beamed up into the whirlwind, into the fire, into the cloud. Even Yahawashi went up the same way. Let's get another one real quick in Kings. Let's get 6 and 8.
Second.
Mute that out for me.
This is the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6 and verse 8.
Come on.
Said, then the king of Syria warred against Israel and took counsel with his servants, saying, in such and such a place shall be my camp.
Yes, now he said, such and such a place shall be my camp. Basically, he want Israel. He gonna camp out and he want Israel. Right? It's the same thing, right? the daughter of Babylon want Jacob. Period. Right. They want to enslave, they want to rape, water, and murder them. Point blank, period. They've been doing it for so long. Keep going out.
Verse 9. And the man of the Most High sent unto the king of Israel, saying, beware that thou pass not such a place. For thither the Syrians are come down.
Come on.
And the king of Israel sent to the place which the man of the Most High told him and warned him of, and saved himself there, not once nor twice.
Keep going.
Therefore, the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing. And he called his servants and said unto them, will you not show me which of us is for the king of Israel?
Now the Most High is doing miracles. He not giving Israel up right away. Right? And the king of Syria is waxing old. Like he getting upset, he getting aggravated. Like, what's going on? Keep going.
Verse 12. And one of his servants said, None, my lord, O king, but Elisha, the prophet that is in Israel, telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber.
Because he got to go to the prophet, right? He got to go to Elisha, to get the prophecy now, right? Because he's the greatest prophet around. Keep going.
And he said, go and spy where he is, that I might send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host.
Yep.
And they came by night and compassed the city about. And when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, a host compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said, come.
Now let's recap, right? Now Assyria wants to encamp and take Israel, right? Now the king of Israel got to go to the prophet. What we going to do? How we going to handle this situation? Right?
Right.
Now they go to Elijah, but Elisha hasn't given his prophecy yet. He hasn't showed what's going to come all the way yet. So now Elisha's servant, basically, or one of his brothers, probably somebody he just be where he's under him, right? He came to him and like, alas, master, I don't want, same thing. I don't want, it's an army encamped about us. What are we gonna do? Let's see how Elisha handled this.
Verse 16, and he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them.
And we got to always remember that. When we going in the wilderness, when we fighting these temptations, when the famines and plagues and anguish come upon our people, we got to remember that it's always more with us than it is with them. Because we got YAHAWAH'S on our side. Especially if we're walking in these all statutes and commandments. Keep going.
Verse 17. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha.
And it's the same thing. The horses and chariots of fire round about. See, the servant couldn't even see that because he didn't have that spirit.
That's right.
But Elisha had that spirit where the Most High dwelling with him. He see that is he cool. He like, yo, it's nothing about to happen. What the scripture say? The angels encamped around those that fear Yahweh.
That's right.
Elisha already understood this, man. Keep going out.
Come on, verse 18. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto Yahweh and said, smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha.
And he smote them with blindness. See, we got to understand, man, that the Most High is always with us. Go to and they deep around us. The angels is deep around those who fear the Most High.
Come.
Even he said what David said, 10,000 shall fall at my right and my left, but no harm shall come upon me.
That's right.
We gotta have that same spirit. We gotta have that same mentality, knowing that the angels of the Lord and his chariots are always encamped around us. no matter what destruction comes upon Israel. Get 2 Esdras 13:1.
It's the book of 2 Esdras, chapter 13, verse 1. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, the man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
Now read it again. So let's get the understanding of what Esdras is seeing.
Starting from the top. And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night.
So now Ezra is now dreaming a dream. Same thing like Ezekiel. They having these visions. Now Ezra got a dream, and we already understand Ezra's dream. You know, Ezra's seen YAHAWAH'S in his dreams, crowning the people. So we know Ezra also gets major visions. Read on.
And lo, there arose a wind from the sea.
Come on.
Then it moved all the waves thereof.
And what else happened?
And I beheld, and lo, the man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven.
And who's that man? Who's encamped around in us, man? With the thousands of heaven. Who's that man with thousands of heaven? It only could be one man.
That's right.
The king of the earth with thousands of heaven. Hey, get the one like you told me about earlier with the chariots.
Isaiah 34, and I got that. I got Psalm 68 and 17.
Yeah, read that one.
Said the chariots of the Most High are 20,000.
Now look at this. It says 1,000 here. Elisha said it's a numeral horses and it's so many horses and chariots around this. The servant couldn't even see it.
Right.
Now what Psalm saying? What David saying?
Saying the chariots of the Most High are 20,000.
He says 20,000. Right here it say thousands of heaven. Come on.
Even thousands of angels. The Lord is among them as in Sinai in the holy place.
So the Most High is still among us. Even as in Sinai, he's still among the children of Israel. But see, we still got Esau with that hatred, with that perpetual hatred, trying to search us out. Them Edomites would do anything for their kingdom to stand forever.
That's right.
They'll do anything to try to destroy and devour Jacob. Because after Jacob got that blessing, Esau had it out for him.
That was it.
And it's still to this day, he still got it out for him. Watch what Trump trying to set up. It's the last video, Israel. Let me make sure I get the right time post before I play it. Hold on, bear with me. Say something,
I had another precept. Isaiah 37 and 24. It said, "Whom hast thou reproached and Isaiah 37, 24. By thy servants hast thou reproached the Lord, and has said, by the multitude of my chariots am I come up to the height of the mountains, to the sides of Lebanon, and I will cut down the tall cedars thereof, and the choice fir trees thereof, and I will enter into the height of his border, and the forest of his Carmel." Right. So them trees, them fir trees, them tall cedars is these high-powered people in high positions. The Most High say he gonna hew them down. Right. It used Lebanon, but we use these as similitude. He said, because by the multitude of my chariots am I come up to the height of the mountains. So those that sitting in high rulership, high places, trumping all these wicked men, the Most High said, I'm coming into them with the multitude of chariots.
Yeah, he got to come see about them, right?
Yeah, he got to see what's up.
Yeah.
Because with the military base, the Navy base.
Yeah. All that they don't spend all this money for, all this studying and unidentified area phenomenons, these secret projects they got about the chariots. Yahweh got to see what that's about. And he already know it ain't about none. He already know. Let's get this last video. See how Trump funding it.
Got another precept too out of one.
Okay, read that before we get the video out.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, and verse 13. It said, behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariots shall be as a whirlwind. His horses are swifter than eagles. Woe unto us, for we are spoiled.
That's right, man.
Like even the second Esdras 16 you brought out earlier. Esdras say, look, woe unto me twice. He was like, woe unto me, woe unto me. You know, so Jeremiah, like you said, seeing the same visions, said, behold, he shall come up as clouds, and his chariots as a whirlwind. And we know that's how the Most High moved. Precept with Elijah, he was taken by the whirlwind and the clouds and chariots with fire. Right? It said it split him and Elisha asunder. It came and swooped Elijah, and it split them apart. You know what I mean? So that's how the Most High coming, man.
That's right. And what Jeremiah said, what was us in that day? Because Jeremiah was already seeing the wickedness of Israel. He already know what's up. And then the earth, we already know the earth is going to be destroyed. But to see his people carry themselves in that manner, he know the Most High going to destroy them. They threw Jeremiah in dung. In the dungeon, man. In the mire of it.
They ain't want to hear the righteous words. They want them smooth words, man.
That's right,
They don't want to walk with the fear of the Most High.
Same thing they're going to do with us. Yahawashi told us, man, we're going to be persecuted for righteous sake. We're going to be put in prison, you know, stoned, shot at, stabbed, everything.
Man.
It's going to fall upon them.
I think it's in 1 Corinthians or 2 Corinthians. It said that the perfection of our faith is through suffering. You know what I mean? So a lot of people going to be proven in that day.
Yeah.
Right? You really got faith in your power? Let's see. When them Jacob's trouble come, them trials and tribulations, that persecution, watching family members dying, all kinds of wickedness, and it says it's gonna be like out of one Malachi brung out. It said, as in the days of Noah, right? They was drinking and marrying, bull stuffing around, not taking the law, statute, commandments serious, not heeding to the men of the Lord that's prophesying, telling them to come back. Like this place gonna be destroyed. They don't take it serious. They like they're just some niggas on the block, man, talking. They find I'm glad to see some niggas reading. You know what I mean? That's all good. You got that Bible, you know, keep the Lord. Like they say that as a byword or like a proverb. Understand the sincerity or the seriousness what comes with these scriptures.
That's right. Let's get this video real quick.
American Armed Forces. In just a few minutes, I will proudly sign into law the largest ever investment in the United States military. In fact, I can say the largest ever by far. Today also marks the landmark achievement as we officially inaugurate the newest branch of our military. This is a very big and important moment. It's called the Space Force.
They're happy about that.
Most importantly, we are supporting you, the heroes who defend our families, secure our nation, and protect our freedom. The 2020 National Defense Authorization Act is about making sure our warfighters have the tools, resources, and equipment you need to fight and to win all the time, to win.
You hear what he say, man? Even to win all the time. No matter what threat comes about, America is trying to win all the time.
Right.
He want to be that top power, that top nation, that top dog all the time.
Right.
We're making our military stronger and more powerful than ever before. We're joined today by Secretary of Defense Mark Esper and our service secretaries, General Mark Milley.
Fast forward this.
Is a watershed event in the truest sense of the word. Before I came into office, the military endured deep and devastating budget cuts. Our military, quite frankly, was very depleted. As a candidate for president, I promised to reverse these crippling cuts and to ensure our military remains unchallenged and unrivaled anywhere in the world. And right now, there is no one, there is no country that comes even close. The law I'm signing today provides $738 billion. That's with a B. $738 billion in defense funding for the 2020. That's an all-time record in the history of our country. That's the highest amount we've ever spent on our military. And that's after $700 billion in my first year and $716 billion last year. And it's all made right here in the USA. Very important. And I have to say that we make the finest equipment, the finest planes, the finest missiles, the finest ships. We make the finest equipment anywhere in the world. It's not even close. This brings our total investment in national defense since my inauguration to almost $2.5.
We'll stop it right there. Get Obadiah for me, y'all. You got to get that. Obadiah, verse 3, man. Obadiah, verse 3.
This is the book of Obadiah, verse 3. It said, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee.
Read it again,
The pride of thy heart have deceived thee.
We got the best military. We got the best equipment.
Man, proud.
I spent $738 billion with a B. They spent almost $1 trillion, and this is talking about the Space Force alone. That's probably over $1 trillion.
Man,
the Space Force.
Sound like the number of that debt.
Yeah. Keep going.
I got a precept about this too, out of one. It's Obadiah verse 3. It said, the pride of thy heart have deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock, whose habitation is high, that saith in his heart, who should bring me down to the ground?
And that's what he's saying.
That's right. That's
exactly what he said. Who gonna bring us down? We got the best. No one is close to us.
Come.
That's what the devil said. Who can bring us down? The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. So who and what is he? If it ain't the so-called white man, where is he?
Man.
That's right.
Where is this person that's ruling the earth? Keep going out. Finish it out. Verse 4.
Come. Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle, and though thou set thy nest among the stars.
Talking about they want to go to Mars, and they want to got a space force. That means obviously they're gonna have to be living out there some kind of way. Keep going.
Said, thence will I bring thee down, saith Yahweh.
But Yahweh is gonna bring that down. That pride, that pride of Esau is gonna come down swiftly. You had a precept, right?
Back in the book of Jeremiah, chapter 4, I'm gonna read verse 26 through 28. It said, I beheld, and lo, the fruitful place was as a wilderness, and all the cities thereof were broken down at the presence of Yahweh and by his fierce anger. For thus hath Yahweh said, the whole land shall be desolate, yet will I not make a full end. For this shall the earth mourn, and the heavens above be black, because I have spoken it, I have purposed it, and I will not repent, neither will I turn back from it. Right. So that word repent in that text means he won't turn back what he already promised. He promised destruction on this. He promised Esau gonna be desolate, like it's saying in Isaiah 55:10 through 11. as the dew falleth from heaven and touch the ground, so my word don't come back void.
That's right.
So, man, that pride in Esau, he most definitely gonna pay for it, man.
I got a precept.
Go ahead,
Book of Isaiah, chapter 14. We'll get verse 13. For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of the Most High. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. Keep reading. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So when you listen to this dude talk, and he talking about setting up his space force, and he talking about going up into the space, basically that we gonna be the best to do it, or Salakia, the United States is gonna be the best to do it. Ain't no other country like this one. Says, yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit. They that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? So when you look at Esau, when you look at this dude who think that ain't no other nation as great as he is, right? They make the best weapons. They got the best army. They got the best navy. You know, they go up into the space and they go have the best space fleet, right? This dude is gonna get brought down. This nation is gonna get brought down.
That's right.
That's right, What you think they spending all these billions and billions of dollars for? They trying to have the best this and best that. They really believe in their heart, first of all, that they is the Most High one, because Trump already said it before he was a God, or he is God.
That's right.
But they go ahead.
I don't mean to cut you off right on, Juan, but do you remember the fool said that he don't feel like he has to ask for forgiveness?
I don't know that one. We might gotta bring that out one day.
This was back when he was first running for president, and they had his little they was asking him about his religion or whatnot. And it's like, well, do you pray and yada yada yada? And it's like, you know what, I don't think that I ever have to ask for forgiveness because I don't something to that matter. But the dude was just saying he don't have to ask for forgiveness.
It's the pride of his heart. They really believe they're gonna go to war with the Most High. They believe this. But also we can't get around it. The scriptures say that. The dragon was wroth with who?
The seed of the woman.
Let's read that. Let's read that in Revelation. Let's read that out. What is that? 12? Or 13? 12 in the last verse.
This is Revelation chapter 12, verse 17.
Bring it out.
And the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed.
And that's what's going to happen. That's why Yahweh's going to have to come back. Because they're going to want to make war. It's going to be crazy against us and them. That's why you hear people talking about these race wars coming. That's it, right? The dragon wroth with the woman. And who are her seed?
Which keep the commandments of the Most High and have the testimony of Yahawashi HaMashiach.
Point blank, period. That's her seed. Those who has keeping the commandments and got the testimony of Yahawashi. Get Jeremiah 23 for me real quick out in 19. We're gonna get a few more, then we're gonna shut it down.
It's the book of Jeremiah, chapter 23 and verse 19. Behold, a whirlwind of Yahweh is gone forth in fury.
In what?
In fury.
In fury. Come on.
Even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked.
And that's right, man. Who's the border of the wicked?
And Esau.
You can't get around it. Read on that.
Verse 20. The anger of Yahweh shall not return until he have executed, until he have performed the thoughts of his heart. In the latter days, ye shall consider it perfectly.
Yo, him destroying Esau is going to be perfect. Look, because let's read the thoughts of Yahweh. Let's go back to Obadiah. Let's read the thoughts. 18.
The book of Obadiah, verse 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire.
Read verse 17, Slakia.
Come. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance.
Yep.
And there shall be holiness. And the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Hey, we're going to possess our possession. What is our possession? The whole earth.
That's right.
Point blank, period. These Edomites going to be astonished. They're going to be astonished on how we delivered out of this captivity. Yahweh, give me wisdom of Solomon real quick. 5 and start at the top. I think that's what I want.
You said 5?
Yep. At the top.
Book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5. Then shall be, Slakia, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
And who has afflicted us? The whole earth, particularly the Edomites.
That's right.
All the nations had us in captivity. Read.
And made no account of his labors.
Come on.
When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear.
When they see our salvation, the righteous men, the ones that's keeping the commandments of the Most High and the testimony of Yahweh Shah Mashiach, they're going to fear. Terrible fear, it says. Come on.
And shall be amazed at the strength.
It shall be a what?
And shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
They're going to call our salvation strange. Because they're going to look at us and say, "Is them Negroes?
Come.
Right.
Them niggas?
That's right.
That was the children of God? Them brothers out there standing on the highways and byways? The women with the head wraps and the dresses and fringes on?
That's right.
The young kids in order? These Negroes? Read verse 2 again,
Come. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
Come on.
So far beyond all that they look for.
They don't know who it is. They're thinking it's the white Israelis. They don't know. They think salvation coming to them. They ain't even gonna see it coming. So far, they haven't even be looked, man. When the salvation of Israel come to us. Go back to Jeremiah where you was at. No, it wasn't Obadiah. Read 17 again,
Come, the book of Obadiah, verse 17.
Yep.
But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Read.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. And they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau. For Yahweh have spoken it.
Now we might as well close the book on that. We might as well close the book right there. Get Revelations 1 and 7. Because before Esau's destruction, man, they gotta go through it.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1 and verse 7.
Bring it up.
He that have an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. To him that overcometh will I give to eat of the tree of life.
Where you at?
Revelations 1 and 7. Oh, no, Salaki. I'm in 2 and 7. Revelations 1 and 7. Behold, he cometh with clouds.
He cometh with what?
He cometh with clouds.
Them same chariots. Who is this he? This Yahweh Shah. He cometh with clouds. Read.
And every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen.
He said, even so be it, man. He gonna come with clouds. And even the man that pierced him, they're gonna be wailing. Every eye gonna see. Every knee shall bow.
That's right.
Every one of them, man, shall go into captivity.
That's right.
Jeremiah said. But Yahweh Shai gonna come and wreak havoc on this place, man. his garment feel like looking like he was at the wine press with the blood of the Edomites and the rest of the nation.
That's right.
Get 1 Thessalonians 4:16, because in this scripture, Paul left us comfort. And I'm gonna end it with this. If y'all brothers got precepts, bring them out.
This is the book of 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 16.
Yep.
For the Lord himself shall descend from heaven with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trump of the Most High.
Come on.
And the dead in Hamashiach shall rise first.
The dead in Christ are the ones that died for the law, statutes, and commandments and faith in Christ. Those will be the ones that rise first. You read Revelation, it tells you that those that rise first won't have to go through the judgment. Yahweh won't judge you necessarily. You won't have to see the final judgment. You are saved from that if you're a part of that first resurrection. But read on that, because this is the comfort, verse 17.
Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds.
Wait, read it again, because they didn't understand. Read it slow.
Then we which are alive and remain shall be caught up together with them in the clouds.
So first, the ones that died in Christ, they're going to be resurrected. And then we that still remain, look how Paul said we though. That's like a wink. We that still remain shall be caught up in a cloud. What's that cloud? Man, we talk about it all night. It's the chariots.
That's right.
It ain't about no UFO'S, no unidentified area phenomenon. No, that's the YAHAWAH'S chariots coming to wreak havoc on this place, coming to seek out his perfection, to bring back Israel from the captivities, to reconcile Israel back into him.
That's right.
Finish that throughout.
To meet the outer one in the air.
And that's the outer one in the air. That's Yahweh Shah. Read.
And so shall we ever be with the outer one.
Read on.
Wherefore comfort one another with these words.
And this is how we can comfort one another when we're walking in the law, statutes, and commandments, and the testimony in Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah, man.
Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah.
Hey man, that's it. That's all I got, man. That's all the precepts I got. If y'all brothers got anything, bring it out.
I got a precept out of one.
Okay, go ahead.
It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 7, verse 28. For my son Yahweh Shah shall be revealed with those that be with him, and they that remain shall rejoice within 400 years. So, and I brought that out because it's talking about how we're going to be caught up in them chariots. Right? How are you not going to be revealed a second time, as he was in the first century when he came to the nation, when he was under captivity with Herod and Palin and all of them. Right? He's going to be revealed again when he come back with them chariots and a great multitude in the host of heavens.
I got a precept.
Go ahead.
The book of Matthew. It's one verse that I want to get to, but I'll start at Matthew 24, and then I'll start at verse 31. And it said, and he shall send his angels.
Salakia. Start at verse 30, Yahweh.
Verse 30. And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven. And then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. You know who the elect is.
That's right.
But verse 32, this is what I want to get. And now learn a parable of the fig tree. When his branch is yet tender, he putteth forth leaves. Ye know that summer is nigh. So likewise, ye, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the doors. So the fig tree, of course, is a parable of Israel. When you see right now, what you see happening, you see camps out there on the blocks. What are we doing? we preaching that gospel. It said that the gospel, when this gospel is preached all over the earth,
that's right.
Shall come. So you got multiple camps out there preaching the word, preaching the real gospel, not that fake Christianity bogusness, but you got the men of the Most High out there preaching the word. So we are the fig tree. It says when the fig tree or when its branch is yet tender and put forth leaves, you know that summer is not. So right now, we putting forth them leaves. We bringing forth fruit, right? We out there giving the word. So, as we said in the beginning, you got all these different signs that's happening. You got the plagues that's going on. You got all these different earthquakes, fires, all judgment is going out, right? And then you got the men of the Most High out teaching out, preaching the word. He says, right. So when you shall see all these things, you know that it is near, even at the doors. Right, so we at that time now. Of course, no man knows the hour or the time when it's going to happen. But again, as I said before, we are children of the light. We know what hour we in. We know that the time is almost here for us to be taken up out of here, for us to get beamed up on them chariots.
Mm-hmm.
I yield.
That's right. That's right. Hey, let's get Mark 1:15. So this is what it's about. This is what it's about. Mark 1:15.
This is the book of Mark, chapter 1 and verse 15. And saying, the time is fulfilled, and the kingdom of the Most High is at hand. Repent ye and believe the gospel.
That's it, man. That's the times we in. Repent ye and believe the gospels, man. That means come back from your sins and have faith in the testimony of YAHAWAH'S Mashiach, man.
That's right.
Let's get Isaiah. I begin Isaiah 61, I believe, the gospel. So that's 66.
Now 61.
Okay, read that, and somebody get Romans 10 and 1.
What you getting, Yahweh?
All right. I'll get 61. So Isaiah, the book of Isaiah, chapter 61. The spirit of Yahweh is upon me, because Yahweh hath anointed me to preach good tidings unto the meek. He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and the opening of the prison to them that are bound, to proclaim the acceptable year of Yahweh, and the day of vengeance of our power, to comfort all that mourn.
Keep going,
to appoint unto them that mourn in Zion, to give unto them beauty for ashes.
That's right. Keep going.
The oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, and they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of Yahweh, that he might be glorified.
That's right, man. That's right, man. All praises for that scripture. That's the good gospel, man. And we might be glorified with Yahweh while Yahweh shot. Read that Romans 10 out.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 10, verse 1. Brethren, my heart's desire and prayer to the Most High for Israel is that they might be saved.
Man. No matter what camp you with, no matter if you not with a camp, no matter what you're going through, your struggles, man. SOT, Sons of Thunders, our heart's prayer and desire to God for Israel is that they might be saved, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the lesson. All praise to the Most High for these brothers that came on. We miss Brother Aharon, but Lord willing, that brother be on next week. Bring out another powerful lesson for the people, man. All praises to the Most High. I'm Soldier Yaiquab.
I'm Soldier
Khan, and grace and mercies to the saints and everybody and elect, man. Kwame Shabala and the water for tuning in to another TNT Thursday Night Thunder. Nuclear destruction and chariots flying through, man. All praises to the Most High.
All praises to the Most High.
Kwame Shabala.
Kwame
Khan.